Obviously pretty exciting there, just can't tell you how proud I am of these guys. We sat in here, I think you've heard me talk a lot about those pillars and what we talk about, and man, these guys lived that these last 2 days. We went and got bludgeoned pretty good on Friday, and man, we just showed up and played good baseball yesterday. Made it a little more complicated on ourselves there at the end today, but luckily we got this dude to the right that just came in and slammed the door. And that's what we talk about. Like when we talk about toughness, when we talk about grit, resiliency, all that stuff, that dude just embodied that. Had a tough outing on Friday, gave up 4, wasn't going his way. Man, went to work, came back, and was absolutely electric. We brought him into a tough situation, kind of self-induced tough. And like he just said coming in here, he was just telling himself, just do myself. I don't need extra. I don't need to do more. I just need to execute my pitch. And he did. And, man, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. So, heck of a start to SEC play. Now that's the thing about baseball, especially this time of year. It's so hard to enjoy it because it's kind of on to the next one. You enjoy it for about the next half hour with the boys, and then we got a big game on Tuesday. It's not about Georgia. It's not about that. It's about can we be mature enough to come out and be the same group we were these last 2 days on Tuesday in Montgomery. And I think this group's up to the task. So proud of them, really excited for them, and just getting started.
Yeah, Aidan, you came into a kind of rough situation there in the ninth. What was kind of going through your mind, and what did it mean for you to get those final 2 outs and kind of seal that win in that position?
Well, when I first got the call of going in the game, I just knew that it was a moment built for me. I had been grinding this whole entire year and hadn't gone my way so far. And, kind of self-doubt getting into your head a little bit, but then being able to talk with JJ and Coach Vaughn and them having confidence in me to go out there and just keep doing me and going out there every single day and working to try and get better, it paid off today for sure.
When you're out there and you're working those ABs, to what degree do you want to just block out the fact that there's guys on the sacks behind you and just focus on the guy you're currently facing?
Well, it doesn't matter if there's a guy on base or not. I have the same approach to every hitter. That's kind of the way I look at it, so that I can just block out everything else in the game and just focus at the guy at the dish.
Gage, you had that big hit in the bottom of the 8th. What was kind of going through your mind going up to the bat or to the plate? What were you kind of looking for in that at bat?
I was just looking for a fastball because the first 2 ABs before that, I barely missed it, and I knew I wasn't going to miss it again.
To both of you, but Miller especially, Gage, how do you block out the pressure in that moment when you are in the bottom of the 8th and 2 outs, and if it comes up short, it could be a big problem moving forward. How do you block out that pressure and deliver it the way that you did?
I don't know. That's just something I've always been good at. I just can't really hear anyone when I'm up to the plate. I'm just focused on myself, and if it doesn't work out, then move on to the next.
Yeah, Coach, arguably one of the biggest weekends so far this season, massive win to open SEC play. What kind of statement do you think this team made, and what do you think this series win says about this team moving forward?
Yeah, I don't know about statements made and all that. I think that's for everybody else to write about. I think what I loved is how it happened, and maybe that just sounds corny in the coach of me, but I love the fact that we got bullied on Friday and it didn't knock us off. That's what I told Chris Burke. I was talking to him before the game yesterday. I said, man, that's what I want to see with this group. Like, they've been confident. They've been attacking the game in such a professional way. It's really the first time we got knocked backwards. And for them to respond, that just tells you that the DNA of these kids is right. And again, that's such a tribute to the people we bring in here, not just talent, but the people. And I remember having a conversation with Mose back this summer. And, it's like anything Coach DeBoer can tell you. When you take over a new job, there's some people that leave and there's some transition that happens. And me and Mose were sitting on the phone. I was sitting in the airport in Birmingham, and we talked for about an hour. First time we really talked. And I told him, I said, I can promise you we're going to get the right people in here. We're going to get the right kids in here. And I think a weekend like this just kind of confirms that we're made of the right stuff. We got a lot of work to do. Man, the SEC it's going to be a grind. It's 9 more weeks of mayhem. And we started off the right way, which is great, but it's about consistency in this league, and consistently, can that be consistently who we are? But what I think we maybe showed ourselves more than anything is what this group's capable of being. We can go swing it with anybody, we can go pitch it with anybody, and we can go compete. But that's not necessarily a statement to college baseball. I think that's just for our locker room, our boys to see that and to believe that, because it's one of the best teams in college baseball in that other dugout. And they are talented, they are deep, it's power arms, it's strike throwers, it's power bats. And I think that more than anything, it just confirmed that this group of 40 guys is really made of the right stuff.
Gage, you kind of got unlucky last night, teeing one off the wall in the first half out of the game, and then today, I know you said you don't hear anything when you get up there, but was there any doubt in the 8th inning when you sent that one left?
No, there was no doubt.
Anything else?
Coach, was there any thought to pinch hitting there with Hammeter up in the 7th? Maybe not his best weekend, and he kind of struggled throughout the 3 days. Did you give any thought to giving somebody else a bat?
Not even a little bit. Like, I've watched Will Hammeter go out there and run off good at bats. And guys, you talk about this place meaning something to somebody. The University of Alabama means more to Will Hammeter than most anybody I've ever known. And for him to be up there, like, I thought he had awesome at bats Friday and just didn't have anything to show for it. Loved his at bats. He owns the strike zone. He wasn't great today, but you can go up and down. It's like you're one swing away. And I believed, like, that dude just missed that pitch too. Like, he just missed a couple pitches today. And we have some really good options. We just felt like, Sweeney's been outstanding, and Mace is going to be a huge piece of what we're doing. And we just knew how tough some of those lefty matchups were going to be, and we wanted to use Mace in that situation, and it just didn't quite line up right there. But I like the matchup with Hammy. I like the veteran late, and even though he didn't have a ton to show for it, we got a lot of good dudes between Bull and Mace and him and some other guys that maybe haven't got a lot of run lately. There's some options there, but I know Hamy's box score probably didn't look great, but I felt good every time that guy walked to the box.
Aidan, what's been the adjustment from starting to now going out of the bullpen for the time being, and especially given the situation that you came in today?
Well, when me and Coach Vaughn talked on the phone, the first thing I said to him was, I'll do anything to help the team win. And whatever role that he puts me in now is just, I'm looking to help the team win. And we had this conversation about a week ago, and he was like, I could see you starting on Friday, Saturday. We could see you closing a game, starting a game. It's just whatever I need to do to help the team win, whatever role that is, I'm willing to do it. And he now has the confidence to put me in that role.
Coach, Ian Petratz had a couple RBI singles, and there were some massive at-bats by Bryce Eplin and TJ McCants, even though not a lot to show for it. What does that kind of say to the quality of some of these at-bats that your guys are getting on the plate, and how that's kind of helping the team as well?
Yeah, I think the lineup's long, which is good, and I think you look at, Justin LeBron in there too. Like, Bron didn't have awesome stuff, gets a huge hit there late for us, I thought Bruce just took great swings, man. Like, he hammered that left fielder. I don't know if it's dry, whoever's playing left made an unbelievable play to catch that one ball, because that ball was smoked. So I love Ebbs at bats. When Ian is doing what he's doing now, he's dangerous, and he's on time. He's not in between. I thought we had about a 10-day stretch there where he was in between some stuff, and he doesn't look in between right now, which is huge. I thought TJ, had kind of been in the same boat maybe the last 4 or 5 days, and had a great weekend, was on time consistently, was running off tough at bats against elite arms. So, I think that's what makes this lineup good, is it's not survive the top 4 and then breathe for the next 5. It's really the bottom of that can jump up and get you just as much as the top. And I was talking to the head coach at Southern Miss, Coach Oz, and Oz told me, that's what he texted me after the game. He said, "Man, that lineup's long. That's a hard thing to navigate, and that's what we need. That's what we got to do."
For both the players, Gage and Aidan, that was his first SEC series win as you guys head coach. What's it mean to go out there on the first weekend and get that for him?
You got it.
You want me to go? All right. Well, Coach Vaughn coming into this kind of environment, the SEC being one of the biggest power conferences in college baseball, he's done unbelievable things for this program, and he's built such a great culture already. And this first SEC weekend means more to us as players, just because it proves to us that we are actually as good as we think we are. And Coach Vaughn has been feeding into us this whole time, just telling us, like, you guys are ready, you guys are prepared for this. And today really showed us that we are able to go out there and compete with the best of the best.
Coach, how big was it with Braylon Myers coming in, neutralizing the game after Tennessee put up that 4 spot in the third?
Shaq was incredible. Like, that's really, if you want, I mean, yeah, big swing from here, huge punch outs at the end of the game there. But Braylon Myers was a story of that game, you know, because that's what we weren't quite able to get on Friday. We couldn't quite stop it. And when that lineup gets going, it's scary. When they get going, it is scary. And Braylon came in, and you talk about just believing. And I said this the other day, you know, competing is believing what you have that day is good enough. And Shaq doesn't throw 98. It's not any of this wipeout crazy stuff, but it's an elite level mix. It's elite composure, and it's elite pitchability. And you know, you look, and for all those young guys out there that are like, if I don't throw 100 anymore, I can't get people out. Like, Braylon Myers is sitting there 87 90 with 3 quality pitches and locating it. And what that did was it just gave our offense a chance, because it hung up some zeros there in the middle, and it gave our offense a chance to start scoring. So, man, I thought the tide really flipped when he went in there, and really proud of Shaq, man. That guy's he's such an unbelievable kid, and really happy for him.
Gage, I know you weren't with the team last year. First impressions of SEC play through 1 weekend.
I mean, it's fun. This atmosphere, the fans, you gotta love it. It's just a fun time to be out there.
All good.
All right, guys, roll tide.